Hey there, FILO crew. It's Nick. I'm back in the FILO office, just here to hang out with everybody that's here. And I'm going to introduce you to somebody new you've never met before on the vlog. And we're just going to hang out and talk about FILO conference. I'm going to turn the camera around here and introduce you to the gang that's sitting in the couches with me. So here we go. So we've got Chelsea.
Hey!
Chelsea Pribble. This is Nate. Is it pronounced Nate?
I think that's right. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
This is Nate Parker. Nate, what did you do for the conference?
I'm the technical producer.
Technical producer.
Yeah.
And you're part of the core team.
That's right.
At FILO, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And who's this guy?
Yeah, Mr. FILO himself in the flesh. I can't believe he's here.
Yeah, Mr. FILO, he made it. Great, this is Todd Elliott. Awesome. So, who wants to go first? Who's got a really cool or fun story of something that happened at FILO 2022 this year?
I mean, do you remember trying to figure out how much money to drop from the catwalks? And we rehearsed money dropping for the parody so many times during rehearsals Monday night before the conference kicked off. And it was parts terror and hilarity and confusion, like all at once, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was quite the event figuring out how much to drop, when to drop it, when is it in the camera shot, where's it going, is it going into the gala pit? We don't know.
Well, I think a lot of people want to know, was it real money?
So no, it was not real. It was prop money, and if you look really close on the back, it said "In props we trust," but it looked very real.
I think it's a cover-up because it was actually Nate's money.
Yeah. Fake money. No, it was fun. I think the first time we dropped way too much, and it was like, where's it going? Like, what do we do?
It went so far out into the auditorium. We were picking up money like 15 rows deep from the stage, and like all halfway across the stage and into the bullpen. It was everywhere, and everybody's crawling on their hands and knees trying to pick it up. It was so funny.
So how much did you drop?
$100 bills, right? They were hundos.
That's right.
Yeah, about 300.
And how far up did
I think it was about 40 feet.
40 feet.
About
up?
40 feet.
Yeah.
Todd, you want to talk about the session 3 start?
Hi everyone. By the backup mic.
Check 1, 2. Hey, so like when things don't go quite as you planned, that's one of those moments right now. If you're welcome to FILO Day 2. They told me to come out here and say words. So I sort of So
I'm gonna rescue you, Todd.
Okay.
Get out of here.
What else is new? Yeah,
Right.
Thank you. All right, that's all I have for this morning. I'll see you later.
Well, I guess number one, I had somebody come up to me afterwards and ask if that was for real. Like if we planned that little mistake.
Oh, it was real.
Yeah, and I'm like, no,
very real.
definitely not. If we tried to plan it, it wouldn't have gone perfectly.
Yeah,
yes, it did.
That's true.
But the thing I really loved about it was just the, like to me, it's like stuff happens all the time, and some of it's in our control, and some of it isn't. And do we want band members to show up late? Absolutely not. Does it happen? Yes. And so, like, to just not make a huge deal out of it, I'm just like, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
And we'll get over it, and we'll move on, and we'll learn from it.
And I think ultimately, like once they got rolling, it was like, this is what needed to happen.
Yeah.
And it was good. So
A room full of tech people sitting in the dark for an inordinate length of time. Like, everybody knows something's not
right.
Something's not right. So might as well just call it out. Hey, something's not right.
Yep.
And I'm just going to talk up here until somebody, what am I talking about? Until somebody tells me to get off.
This is a safe place moment, right?
Yeah. It just makes me sad that we all don't, like, work at places that treat those moments in a similar kind of way.
Yeah.
Just the amount of trust that I have in you and Delwyn.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think this is going to happen again.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure you didn't mean for this to happen. So it's like, well, it's fine.
Yeah. This recently happened at my church too, where our pastor had to go on stage and kind of like buy some time. But my favorite moments, and it happened with you, Todd, and it happened with my pastor at my church, is when they're done and they get the okay that they don't need to keep talking anymore.
Like, okay.
It's this like, I'm done. And then everyone's like, it's usually like a standing O kind of moment where like everyone's just like grace, It's like I love those moments so much. It's so much fun.
I think that actually happened. I think someone like yelled out from the crowd with you when you went off. You're like, yeah, good job.
I think so too. Yeah.
Chelsea, what happened with your videographer 2 days before the conference?
My videographer. Oh my goodness. Well, he's holding the camera right now, but so I got a phone call the Saturday night before FILO. Well, first a text, and then a phone call, and our dear Nick got COVID. Well, his whole family got COVID, which meant he was taken out of the running for being at the FILO conference and leading the media team and being our key videographer for the week. And so we went into troubleshoot mode, and our whole core team had backup plans for like what happens if I'm sick and I can't be there. We had a plan for that, or Todd even, Nate. And I didn't have a backup plan for you. And so
Way to go.
got a note, get a backup for all the key leaders too. I started texting and calling and emailing any list of videographers that I know, and many of them were so kind and said, oh my gosh, I'd love to do it, but I'm booked. And I was like, of course you are, because it's happening in 2 days. But we ended up finding our friend Jeremy, who has served at the conference a few years ago. He had to be on site 24 hours or 26 hours later.
Right.
Yeah. And Nick led the media team from home, so he was on Slack with everybody and cheering them on, and editing at home. We were running footage to him multiple times each day. It was a huge, huge bummer not to have you there, especially because you've been at all of them.
Right.
Did you get a crew shirt? You did
Yes,
get
I
a
did.
crew shirt.
I was
so-
wearing it at home and my badge. I'll throw up a picture right here that I took of myself because I just needed to alleviate the FOMO in some capacity.
Yeah. He had the fun job of editing the highlight reel off of everyone else's footage. I just kept delivering all the cards to Nick, and I'm like, good luck, I don't know. And so he took it and turned it into what you guys have seen. So you should also link that in this video.
Yeah, for sure. I will also throw it up on the top corner of this video so you guys can see it. If you're like, hey, I want to watch it right now, it's right there for you.
When you and I were talking in those 24 hours when I was searching, and quite honestly having a hard time finding someone. I mean, I was hoping it was just going to be easy, make a couple calls and find somebody right away. But what I kept telling myself and what I told you and maybe Dave Hunter was like, God knows who the person is. I'm like, I don't know yet. I'm just hoping that he, prompts that person, prompts me, gives me the idea, because I'm like, he knows how this is all going to happen. He knew you were going to get COVID. Just lead me in that work of trying to find a replacement, because he knows what's up.
What else you guys got?
Look at that whip hand. Yeah. We were listening. I was
just trying to enjoy the story.
I would say it's been cool to see the online side of this grow as well. Just beyond the community in the room, that there's been a lot of intention that's gone towards a global reach, a bigger reach.
We had a little over 1,200 people online, and there was probably a little over 1,000 of those people were from non-North American locations. So I was just looking at a map earlier that showed the locations of all the people, and it was New Zealand and India and Lagos, Nigeria, and Brazil, and just like so many places. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah, and it's neat to see that there's a whole nother team now. Like there's us in the room, and then there's a whole nother team of folks bringing it to the online community, and with some intentionality and things that are just for them. And it is cool to see. I appreciate not having to have my brain engaged of what's happening online, knowing that there's a whole nother team of people like me handling it for that group online, and because it's important too.
Yeah, and that was a big change from the years past, where we sort of lumped the online in with everything else we had going on. 2020, that was all we had.
Right.
But even somebody was asking me about the last time we were all together. So in 2019, we had 1,600 people in the room.
Yeah.
and 50 people online. So it's like, I think we've come a little ways since 50 online attendees.
Well, looking ahead to FILO 2023.
Gulp. So far, we're doing it. But we know that much. We're spending a lot of time just trying to learn as much as we can from what just happened. So we're in a lot of debrief meetings with all the different departments and trying to figure out what went well. How do we get better? And FILO's gotten to a point where we can't be in all the places at the same time, and so there are things happening in places that I never went and saw that, and so just trying to figure out how do we do better next year? How do we expand the team where we need to, and more money falling from the ceiling.
I thought you were just gonna say more money. More money.
So thank you guys for joining us here. This little bit of a roundtable debrief vlog style of FILO 2022. We hope you guys had a wonderful time, whether you're online or in person. And we're, of course, looking forward to 2023 and seeing all of your faces online or in person. Be sure to leave comments below, say hi, engage in the FILO social media, which will be linked below. And we'll see you all next year.